Title: From Trash Picker to Tech Pioneer, The Journey of Freddy Vega. The story. Freddy Vega was born in Bogotá, Colombia, into a neighborhood where opportunity was rare and survival was the main concern. His family struggled with poverty, and as a child, Freddy often helped collect recyclable trash just to bring in a few extra pesos. They didn't own a computer, and the internet was a distant luxury. But what Freddy had was curiosity, a hunger to learn, and a deep sense that life could be more than what he saw around him. Turning point number 1. A dream sparks from a cyber cafe. At 15, Freddy stepped into a cyber cafe for the first time. The glowing screen and the world of information just a few clicks away overwhelmed him. With only enough money for 30 minutes, he taught himself the basics of HTML. From then on, he used free time after school to visit the cafe daily. He memorized code on paper because he couldn't afford more time online. That act of writing code by hand and dreaming of creating something bigger planted a seed. Setback, mockery, and rejection. Freddy applied to local web design jobs in his teens, but no one took him seriously. He was mocked for his homemade portfolio and rejected repeatedly. One client told him, "You look like a kid who should be fixing bikes, not building websites." He returned home humiliated but refused to let the words define him. He worked twice as hard. Eventually, he landed his first freelance job, designing a basic website for a small shop. It paid little, but gave him validation. Turning point number 2. Building from the ground up. In his early 20s, Freddy co-founded Cristalab Honfree, a community forum for developers in Latin America. It wasn't financially rewarding at first, but it was purpose-driven. He became a teacher, speaker, and voice for tech access in underserved areas. But his big break came when he co-founded Platzi, an online education platform aimed at helping Spanish-speaking people access high-quality tech courses. It started humbly, with Freddy teaching live coding on live streams. Eventually, it caught attention. In 2015, Platzi was accepted into Y Combinator, the same startup accelerator that launched Airbnb and Dropbox. It was a massive validation, but also terrifying. Freddy had never stepped foot in Silicon Valley before. He was up against teams with Ivy League backgrounds and millions in early funding. Setback, language barrier, and imposter syndrome. At Y Combinator, Freddy struggled. His English wasn't fluent. He often felt like an outsider in a room of tech elites. But he persisted. He rehearsed pitches late into the night, translated jargon, and found mentors who believed in the mission. What fueled him wasn't ego. It was a sense of responsibility to all the Latin American students who had never seen someone like them succeed in tech. A breakthrough. Scaling impact. Platzi grew exponentially. Millions of students across Latin America and beyond now use the platform to learn programming, marketing, design, and business. Freddy went from a boy writing code by hand to a CEO helping others rewrite their futures. Mindset shifts and habits that changed his life. Persistent learning. Even when he had no access to the internet, Freddy found ways to learn: paper, cyber cafes, and community forums. Resilience. Rejection wasn't the end, it was fuel. Every no made him more determined. Purpose over prestige. His mission was bigger than his ego. He didn't build for investors, he built for people like his younger self. Community building. He lifted others as he rose, which created a movement instead of a moment. Lessons to inspire you. 1. You don't need permission to start. Freddy didn't wait for a mentor, a perfect device, or approval. He began with scraps. 2. Pain can be power. He turned the shame of poverty into the fire that built an empire. First retro, your background doesn't define your ceiling, your belief does. 4. Build for others, not just for applause. Legacy lives in impact, not likes. Education changes everything, but only if it's accessible, affordable, and real. I build so others don't have to start from trash. Freddy Vega.